is not available.
How bad is the vandalism factor when it comes to non-revenue water? Because this is the very same city where you would walk and there is a connection that has happened. Everybody says it's illegal, but it's operating anyway, you know. So we're talking in terms of field officers who are there to monitor, to ensure that everything is being played by the books, but don't do that. How much is that causing to the 25% that you're looking at, or to the 14 billion shillings that we are losing every other time because of non-revenue water? How bad is the situation from where you sit?
Sometimes cartels would run behind us and draw that water. But I must thank the effort that I have seen with the Minister of Water. Initially, after the Minister of Water started what we call water police unit, the police that are, their work is nothing else but to assist the water providers in this menace. We recently used the water police in Nganga when there was a such incident last year, but one, and we were able to arrest that situation. So I would urge the water service providers to work closely with their waterworks development agencies so that they can use that force that is available to help eliminate this menace.
When you talk about water, water is fine. There is the provision of water, but there is the quality as well. The other day I was speaking to a certain lawyer who was saying that the water that many are being provided for does not meet the quality there is. So even as we are working towards ensuring that we can provide water, so there is the old infrastructure there is that would see seepage of contaminants into the water system. So water cannot be, the end user of that water isn't assured that this water is clean or good for consumption. So in terms of fixing that, where are we? Because then again, we don't want to supply water that would make people sick.
Quality standards are there and are set by WASREB and WHO. And when you look at the impact report, you'll see 97% of the water that we supply this country is of good quality. However, because of historical injustices, people tend not to believe that water that you draw from the tap is clean. But for example, if I talk about Nganga, how I manage water, the water is of very good quality. People draw water directly from the tap and are able to consume as such. And in majority of water service providers. However, it is our responsibility, and that's what we do to ensure that we do testing of the quality of water every hour to ensure that what you release to the public is of good quality. It's also our responsibility to keep renewing the assets that are delivering this product so that we reduce contamination with.
Whose responsibility is it to ensure that water that is drawn from the boreholes meet the quality standard? Because at the end of the day, WRA is the one that gives licenses for one to drill a borehole. Yes. But at the point of supply of this water, who checks the quality standards to ensure that the end user gets water that meets that which, say, your institution has cleaned, as processed, and is good for consumption? Because the assumption is whether it's water that comes from the borehole or that which comes from say, Athi River meets the standard. Whose responsibility is it? Or is it that I just get to an apartment, we have borehole water, but I know very well it is salty water? Whose responsibility is it?
According to the regulations, every area has a certain water service provider that manages, or water company that manages water there. And within that area, there may be boreholes. It is the responsibility of that water company to ensure any other person who is providing water on their behalf meets the required standards. Because when there is an outbreak of cholera, outbreak of whatever, then it is not that private person who is responsible according to the law. It is the work of the water service provider. And for us to ensure that we reduce this, as we keep advocating for good governance and good management of the water services, even us as the managing director should be held responsible. by the particular boards. Let every board, water service board, give targets to their managing directors on and remuneration based on how best you reduce your non-revenue water. Because it would not make sense to see 48% of our water going down the drain when you are complaining of lack of